Welcome back to Class Clown on Patreon, or of course, welcome if you're new to Patreon. Thank you for joining us. I am, of course, Sean Walsh, joined as always by Dr Natalie Cawley.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, as always. So today's episode, we're looking at my chat with comedian Josh James.
Yeah.
Who we made this was our first live record. We did this in front of an audience, which was it was a lot of fun, gave it a kind of different energy to it. It was definitely, I'll tell you what, it was strange when Josh was giving a kind of more, and he's a very funny man, but if there was a kind of more serious answer, as a comedian, you're so tense in the room, like not being able to make people laugh in the crowd. But I think luckily most people knew Class Clown and kind of knew the remit and got it, and they were a great crowd. But I first saw Josh doing stand-up at Top Secret Comedy Club, where we recorded it.
Yeah.
And I say this in the chat, like it really stood out just because of his look, because of the way he sounded. Comedy, for whatever reason, doesn't kind of seem to have that voice.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like having someone from Love Island
do
stand-up, which he'd love that. That is a huge compliment for him. But a very funny guy, and he's a proper geezer. I love this guy, and he came out and supported me on tour. He's just a very funny man. He's just not like, I don't think, he's just not like many other comedians.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I do.
Normally you don't have a comedian that is, they're just not particularly violent people. And Josh is more like, I'll fucking knock him out of the can. You're like, oh my God, blimey.
What's happening?
It's quite refreshing. Anyway, but he is a very lovely, thoroughly lovely man, a very funny man. What do you make of the chat?
Yeah, very, very funny, very interesting. He's very likeable, isn't he?
Very
Straight away.
likeable,
Yeah.
cheeky chappy from Essex.
Yeah.
We've got a few clips. What's the first? What kind of jumped out for you?
So there was a very interesting, psychologically, but also funny story about the secret they discovered about his uncle after his passing.
Oh my God!
How they dealt with that.
Yes.
My nan's brother is called Uncle Ronnie, who was just the biggest character. He was like this jazz singer out the East End. He worked for BT for years and he sang jazz, but somehow he had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds. It was like, and then he went to Morocco for about 15 years. And but he was like Alan Carr. He was Uncle Ronnie. He was gay, right? But my nan never clocked it somehow. She never bucks it. But I was like a double act, so he'd come round, you always have a whiskey on the go, always have a fag, it'd be like that. And like, I remember he died, right, we'd clean out, he'd come back in Youth in Chinkford, we're cleaning out his flat, and I heard, oh my God, right? And then, in his sock drawer, my nan's cleaning out his drawer, there's pictures of him with all these like fucking Moroccan lads in their 20s. And she lifts up this like thong, and it's like a male job spot. And I'm looking at her like, oh, you've clocked that he's gay. And she looks at me, she goes, oh my God.
He's only had a young lady round here.
And I went, yeah, that's what that is, Dan, that's funny.
There you go.
So there's gaps in his story before you even get to the secret sexuality, because where's the money come from?
Oh yeah, I got that.
It's a man of mystery.
Hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we have no idea. And the nan seems to be in somewhat a bit of denial.
Yeah.
There about Uncle Johnny's what his preferences in life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's the power of denial, isn't it? And you literally see sometimes what you want to see or what you're capable of seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is denial something that you are confronted with a lot in what you do?
Yeah, and it's hard. It's difficult because you have to challenge gently sometimes. So I had a client who was in a relationship, and it was quite clear that the girlfriend was playing away, but my client didn't want to accept that. And I think the breaking point was she'd come home with or marks, suctiony marks all around her neck and chest.
Oh, been attacked by the Hoover again.
She said she'd had a cupping massage.
A cupping.
So, yeah.
Oh my god! Just on the
On the neck.
on the neck there.
But
Yes.
my client was sort of co-authoring because she was accepting it and just going, yeah, okay, that's what's happened, and we'll just accept that's face value. And it took therapy to go,
Wow.
you know, what are you not seeing? What are you not saying?
And you can't go.
Oh,
wait.
she's cheating.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Have a look. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You have to wait till they're ready. So there's a lot of, I'm curious about, on the one hand, she's done this, and on the other hand, help me to understand that gently. And then they sometimes get defensive and say, well, no, there was an offer on cupping. You go, okay, we're not ready. We're not ready to go there.
Right. Okay. That's understood. Yes. Well, denial there. So we got a second clip. What's this one? What have you got in store?
This is him, kind of his first dipping his toe into creativity and how that goes for him emotionally.
When I was in about year 5 in school, we had this thing in the art class where we had to make clay, like models. You know, I think a lot of people do it at that primary school. You know, and
Yes.
I took ages because obviously creatively stuff like that I'm really focused and into, and I know I can be good at it, so I want to do a good job of it. And I remember this girl walked past who I used to have a little bit of beef with. She goes, "No, she's after her, and that's rubbish." And I was just like, "Oh, red rag to a bull." And I was like, "Oh yeah, rubbish is it?" She was that down. And then her clay thing was there. I was like, "Is that your one, is it?" I went, "Yeah, watch this." And I picked it up and I loved it. Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, your one's fucking rubbish and all." And then I'm like, "Oh my god, what have I done?" And
The adrenaline went immediately after you broke.
yeah. And I was like, "Oh, what have I done here?" And I didn't get suspended because she knew me quite well, Sister Rosario. And she didn't suspend me. What she done is she for a month, she banned me from lunchtime, so I couldn't go out and play football. And she knew that would kill me. So I used to live for playing football at the lunchtime, you know. And so I used to have to go every lunch for like a month. I used to have to go and sit in her office. The clay thing, it was not just her saying that's rubbish. It was more like going, the only thing you're good at is shit.
So first off, before we get to what Josh did with her clay model, how much do you think being creative is helpful for children and their kind of mental health? Because aren't there things like, am I right? Are there things like, is it? Do correct me, I think I'm wrong, but like it's like creative art therapy and stuff like this.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Oh, you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us a bit about that.
It's great because play and art and creativity is how they express themselves, because like they don't have language, they can't articulate in a sentence or make sense of it, but
Right.
they can create something that gives you a sense of that's what's happening in their internal world.
Yes. Right. Okay, and that can be soothing and calming.
Yeah. Something I do with children who are quite anxious or preoccupied with things, I might get them to do messy play. To just give them like very child-led, free reign, you know, different textures, squeezing things, just mess. Have mess. Mess is okay.
Okay.
You don't have to be, you know, controlled all the time. You can just be a child and explore.
And what does that do? Does that allow them to kind of, I don't know, they put their kind of excess energy
Yeah.
somewhere?
Loads of things. Energy, it helps them regulate, it gives them mastery. So, you know, children will repeat.
Mastery?
Yeah.
What's that? What do you mean? What's that?
They feel that they're in charge.
Ah,
and
sure.
they're
So, sorry.
really
Okay.
good.
I should
Yeah.
work that out. Yes.
So, you know, they repeat something.
Yeah.
So you've got a 2-year-old.
Yes.
I'm sure she repeats.
That I am a nincompoop. Yes.
She is smart.
Yes. Yes.
But they repeat it because every time they gain more and more mastery. Like, oh, I'm in charge of this. I'm moving the thing or whatever it is that they're doing. So they like the repetition of it.
Okay.
It's very reinforcing for them.
Yes. All right. Noted. That's very interesting. Now to Josh's reaction, which now I know from speaking to you is very impulse led.
Yes.
He's not. I mean, he was a young boy.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, this wasn't a few years ago, and he's not regulated.
Yeah.
There's dysregulation there. It's obviously hit a nerve,
Yes, absolutely.
which I tried to talk about at the time.
Yeah.
With him.
Yeah. I don't know what it says about me as a therapist because I'm really laughing, but I heard the audience feel compassion for the little girl and go, "Ooh."
I know it was a mixed
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I sort of staying with his process. I think because he's put an adult narrative over the top. Oh, is that your project? Oh.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas a child wouldn't have probably said it in that way or done it in that way. Probably
Yeah.
just would have lobbed it.
Yours is fucking shit and old.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe it wasn't
Is that
exactly
your-
what came out of his mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, the vulnerability. He's done something that he's proud of, and then somebody said, "That's not very good," and he said, "I was very in flow. I was focused on it because I knew I was good at it, and then somebody's come and challenged that, and he just hasn't been able to. It just didn't sit with him. He had to react."
You've mentioned the in flow a couple of times.
Yeah.
What's this flow that we want?
So
That
psychological
we should be
flow.
we should be getting flow.
Oh, it's
good
good.
for
It's
us?
good for
Flow's
us.
good?
Yeah. So people with ADHD have it when they are doing something they're really interested in, but neurotypical people have it. You know, like when you just get lost in a task, you're just immersed in it,
Yeah.
and it just
Kind of.
it just helps you to, I guess, have a break from the internal monologue and ruminating and
So doing Duolingo.
yeah,
That's me and my flow.
yeah, that's great.
Bene. Molto bene.
It was the panic in your eyes.
Well, I'm not happy that came out as panic because that was confidence.
Well, it's
Even
very
worse. Right. Yeah. Okay. So flow, finding flow, just finding something that are we talking about escape?
Yeah, it's something that you're so engrossed with, and there's enjoyment and pleasure for pleasure's sake, and you just, it gives you escapism.
This is something I'll be total disclosure.
Yeah.
Something that I've tried a couple of times on stage that I would quite like to go into a show, into the next show further down the line. But I find something quite amusing about this constant idea of escape, and that it allows you to escape and get in the flow so you can forget. And and advertisers, come to a spa day, forget. I remember going on a roller coaster on Universal Studios, and it says like escape,
Right.
and the ride is called the Escape X or whatever, and there's like this subcontext, get away. If you look at the language we use, escape, get away. We're referring to that about our lives.
Yeah.
It sounds like our lives are a burning house fire,
Yeah.
and that we're trying to get out. And go, how can I get out? And you're on a roller coaster. The roller coaster is going 150 miles per hour. You're being flipped upside down in a loop, going, ah! And that's better than your life. You've chosen to do that instead of your life.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, you talk about the flow. It's so interesting when you start delving into the world of therapy and you start look like we have done, the discussions I have with you, your book, and other books. There seems to be this kind of, and maybe it's too big a topic for now, I don't know. There seems to be this friction in the state of being human. There's a conflict, which is being present, being here, but also got to get the fuck out. So you're always taught be present, but then we're trying to also escape.
Yeah,
And there's this friction.
Yeah. But I guess being present is about stop ruminating on, our internal monologues tend to be our inner critics. So stop thinking about the mistakes you've made and berating yourself, and stop worrying about all the possible catastrophes that are coming.
My inner critic is horrific, but not half as bad as Brian Logan at The Guardian, who is much worse about me than I am about myself.
Wow. Yeah.
Apart from, no, anyway. But yes, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm
but
kidding.
that's a really interesting point about the language we use. Get away.
get away, escape,
Yeah.
Forget.
Yeah.
Take your mind off. That's always fun at the spa day. I mean, but businesses make millions and millions of pounds. A spa day goes, so your life? Is that what you're doing? Oh my God. Come in here, put on a dressing gown, put these cucumbers on your eyes and pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
That's what a spa day is.
And I'm the same as you. If I'm having a massage, it's like I'm trapped in A, my thoughts, and B, how long has passed. So I'm constantly thinking, right, probably in about minute 6, we've probably got about this long left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just can't turn it off. So it doesn't give what it's designed to give, which is the sort of respite from the rumination. It actually adds a stressor.
You just go, what's this going to end? I wish it was going over longer, but I think it's going to end in the second. Oh my God.
Everything ends.
Yeah. Yeah. But going back to what he was saying there about, there's this, what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive, sorry.
Yeah.
Impulsive
Yeah.
response to a criticism.
Yeah.
He's been hurt in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because anger's usually a secondary emotion. It's really about hurt or pain or ridicule or something. But
Yeah.
it's the anger that comes out as the defence.
Yes.
So yeah, if somebody had explored that with him and the little girl, and, offered an apology, that would have been a much better repair and learning event for him rather than you're the bad object for having the feeling of anger and not being able to control it.
Yes.
That's not a good message.
No. Okay. And that's, and I experienced that myself. I was often, I mean, I don't know if mine was a reaction. It would have been a reaction to something. But yeah, often, as I've said to you, you're then punished, and then, well, there you go. Now you feel different. You are different, and
Yeah, exactly.
and so on and so forth. So we've got our last clip from Josh. What's this?
So this is where he's worried about he may have bullied somebody.
Yeah, let's have a look.
The trouble is, when you're growing up and you're a kid, right, and someone's get bullied, you like to think that there'll be kids there go, oh no, don't do that. But obviously, there are kids a lot harder than you that are doing it, right?
Yeah.
And when you're growing up, when you're a teenager, you actually just want to fit in, and they're like, oh, well, at least it's not me. You know what I mean? But I remember the hard time these kids used to get in our class. And I used to play it throughout my 20s thinking, did I have a part to play in that? Like, and then your mind goes bad and you're like, oh, what if he thinks I'm a prick, I'm a bully, what if, like, he's been mucked up because of that, because I'd never said nothing. And then I'd done a podcast about a year ago and I looked through the comments. There was a comment from this guy and he was like, I went to school with this chap. And then I looked on the picture, I was like, it's that kid that got really bad. And I was like, oh no, what's he going to say here? He was like, he was always really funny in school. I'm really glad he's doing something he loves. He could always make people laugh about, like, being horrible to him, take the piss out of them. And I was like, oh my God, I've been carrying that for years, thinking, does this kid think, do you know what I mean? I bullied him. And when I saw that, I was just like, what a relief,
That's a very sweet story.
Yeah.
And we've all got those things, I think, where we look back and go, oh God, I hope that there wasn't too much consequence to that. I always used to think about, this is horrible, but when I was really young, I had a Ghostbusters toy,
Yeah.
and I would trap bees.
Yeah, I did things like that. Go on.
And I just think, I sometimes in bed, late at night, feeling really, really upset about the bees.
Yeah.
And me trapping them.
I had a ladybird hospital where I thought I was helping them, but I was just putting them in a box.
Oh no.
Now I think about it lots.
You killed the ladybirds.
Killed the ladybird.
Oh my God. I didn't realise it was going to get so dark. Yes, well, bees and ladybirds aside. A really nice story from Josh there. And interesting to hear from almost the bully side. We've talked about the effects of being bullied, but it's interesting that he thought he was in danger of being a bully.
Yeah. And he said he carried that with him.
Yes.
So there's sort of guilt and shame there. Which, sorry to mention Young again, but he said...
Oh, Young's back.
He's back.
Okay.
He said shame is the soul-eating emotion.
Yeah.
Which I think is very...
Yeah. Is there a Young book that you... Obviously, after you've bought Just About Coping.
Yeah, buy that first.
Yeah, buy that first. And then is there one... What's the one you would go to? I'm not sure there's a few.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Best of?
Best of. Greatest hits. Yeah.
Best of Carl Jung. Yeah, I mean, I've had the same thing. There was someone who went to my school, and he came out. He was gay, but he was so obviously, to everyone, it seemed, everyone kind of knew anyway. And I think it wasn't bully. People just wanted him to come. It was like everyone else knew. We know.
Right.
Just say it.
Right.
But obviously you get a lot of guilt about that when you grow up. That is not the way to be dealing with that. And then I was doing in Edinburgh, and I came out. I had this bit, right?
Yeah.
He came out. That's not
At my show.
Yeah, at my show. I got the mic and I said, "Tell everyone." No, he was in the front row, and how I started this show. It's so embarrassing, but I would kind of storm out, grab the mic, and then I would. Oh, it makes me back. What is it you said about Jung? The shame is the
Shame, soul-eating emotion.
Oh, my soul is being eaten right now.
Yeah.
I'd grab the mic, and then I would say to the audience, "Look how close you are." And it was in a small Edinburgh room, and I would kick out, and then I would pretend that I got a little too close to the front row,
And you kick.
and the audience would laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go, "Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh my God, you actually flinched back," and it would be getting very cheap laughs. I mean, I'm so embarrassed, but I storm out. I grab the mic, I move the mic stand, I go, "Look how close you are." I kick out. It's him.
Oh, God.
It's him from school. And I've just kicked out at his face. And obviously he must think that I've selected him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, there he is.
He's targeted me again.
Yeah, I'm going to go out, I'm going to kick him in the face. And I had contacted him on Facebook. I found him on Facebook. I said, "Listen, I didn't see it until I was halfway through that motion that was you, and I'm so sorry." But he didn't reply.
Well,
So
imagine his process. He's like, "That was Sean Walsh. He was a bit of a bastard at school, but he's probably all right. Tell you what, I'll go to his show."
That's what I mean.
He's kicked me in the face.
He's kicked me in the face. That's what I mean. It's absolutely horrific. But me and my friends had a rule at school. We're from Brighton, so it's very liberal. I'm quite happy we never used gay as a slur.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Whereas all my mum's friends were gay and stuff. So me and my best mate, still my best mate today, we were very, I think we were woke before woke. Yeah.
That's the title of this
Woke
episode.
before woke is actually asleep. We were asleep. Good stuff. Bring back Mott the Week. Get me on.
Stuff.
It's all good stuff. But yeah, any other thoughts? I mean, there's that thing. It's the bullied, or what is it? Not the bullied bully. The bullying. The bullies are
Isn't
bullied.
that
That's a
American
phrase.
one? Hurt people, hurt people.
Hurt people, hurt people.
I think the last person I heard say that was one of the Kardashians.
Great.
Hurt
I'm at a
people.
point where I'm quoting the Kardashians. Hurt people, hurt.
Hurt people.
Have you got anything on that? Can we get one of the Kardashians on Class Clown?
I would love that.
Do your best, yeah. Is there any thoughts on that about hurt people? Hurt.
Yeah, I think they internalise that, and then one of their ways of managing it is to exert that control over somebody else, which is obviously a maladaptive way of trying to manage that pain and distress in themselves. Yeah.
And doesn't work.
It doesn't work, no.
And doesn't work. Okay, so, well, thank you very much. And wonderful to have a look back at Josh's episode. Fantastic, Josh James. I've asked the patrons to get in touch, tell us their naughtiest tales, and I've got one here. Of course, you guys remain anonymous. So, hang on, say it for me.
Anonymous, I think.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
I said it right the second time. Did I?
Just say anon.
Anon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's the cool hint.
I've got it. We've not named you. Excellent. Yes. Okay. So here we are. It's a bit of a long one. Bear with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when I was 17, my uncle got me a job in the city. A job I was in no way, in any shape or form, suitable for. Mm-hmm. It was in commercial property.
Oh.
Expelled from every school I went to, and now thrust into the sweaty corporate world. This is what Josh did. Josh was
Really?
worked in the city.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so similar thing. It was. He continues. It was my first day, and I was very nervous to say the least. It was like being the new kid at school, except it was a very upscale, fancy corporate building. I couldn't quite find my feet, and was just plain awkward. After a weird morning, getting to grips with it all, it was suddenly lunch. I decided to walk down to the high street to grab something to eat. Still in my head, reliving all the awkward moments from the day so far, I ended up in Waitrose. I was looking at everything but couldn't decide on what to eat until I saw the hot food section, where I saw a whole rotisserie duck spinning behind the counter. It was almost like I was hypnotised
By the duck.
by the duck. He says, I wanted that duck. Not a quarter, not a half. I wanted the whole duck. So before I know it, I'm standing on the pavement outside. It's a blistering hot day, I might add. Whole duck in a paper bag, cradled in my arm like a football. And I'm now considering how the fuck I eat this fucking thing. I see an alleyway nearby off the high street, so I go down it. I've got no cutlery. Just the whole duck. I rip off a leg and start munching it right there in broad daylight in my brand new suit, looking like an absolute nutcase. I couldn't deal with the off-key looks from the normal folk passing by, so I decided to go back to the office. I realise when I get there that I can't just sit down at my desk and chomp away at this whole roast duck, especially with it being my first day. Because he's going to, well, I don't know what his name is, but say his name is Ben.
Yeah.
He's going to get stuck with that forever. It's Duck Ben.
Duck Ben, 100%.
It's Duck Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, so what he does is, we call him Duck Ben. He goes down to the kitchen. He says, I grab a plate and some cutlery, and as I'm about to dig in, I hear a couple of colleagues coming towards the kitchen. I quickly, without hesitation, quietly go into the ladies' toilet. It's a single toilet. I guess I decided to go there to the ladies' toilet simply as it was more hygienic. It was the more hygienic option out of the two.
Okay.
I placed my plate on top of the toilet seat, got on my knees,
No.
and started finally eating my lunch. I wouldn't have dreamed what happened next. I actually forgot to lock the door in excitement. Next thing I know, the hot secretary from the building just walks in on me. I'm on my knees, mid-bite. We lock eyes in disbelief. And that was my first day at work. She is now my wife. I made that bit up.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh wow.
well, I thoroughly enjoyed that,
Yeah,
Duck
it's good.
Ben. I'm so sorry that his soul was being eaten by the shame of a rotisserie duck.
Yep. Duck on your knees will create some shame.
Yes, duck on the. Freud would say that he wanted to get caught, wasn't he?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
He wanted to get caught eating that duck
Yeah.
because really, you were proud of your big duck. Such a strange way to end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for continuing to support Class Clown. Your support on Patreon allows us to keep going because it costs us the money to film it and go in the studios and all of that. That's not free. So to continue doing it, we need you. Thank you so much. Spread the word. We've got a book here, Just About Coping, by Dr Natalie Cawley. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For
It's been
joining
great.
me. And yes, it's been wonderful. And I'll see you. We'll see you next week. Ta-da.